Okay, you're ready. What is the gateway experience? Now you don't have to, but I recommend watching the introductory parts first.
The gateway experience. Brain hemisphere synchronization in perspective. Number 1, introduction. In order to describe the Monroe Institute technique for achieving altered states of consciousness, aka the gateway experience, involving brain hemisphere synchronization, or hemisync. The most effective way to begin is to briefly profile the basic mechanics which underlay operation of related methods, such as hypnosis, transcendental meditation, and biofeedback. It's easiest to effectively describe what gateway is by beginning with a short description of those associated techniques that share some common aspects with the gateway experience, but which are nevertheless different. In this way, we can develop a frame of reference at the outset, which will provide useful concepts to explain and understand gateway by comparison as we proceed.
Alright, so hypnosis. There will be parts in this where I briefly summarize what he's saying, because the wordiness is absolutely ridiculous. I believe it may be on purpose to try to deter people from continuing reading it.
According to the theories of psychologist Ronald Stone and the biomedical engineering models of Isaac Bentov, hypnosis is basically a technique which permits direct access to sensory motor cortex and pleasure centers of the lower cerebral or emotional portions associated with the right side of the human brain. You can gain access by successfully disengaging the left side of the brain. So the left side fulfills the function of screening incoming stimuli by categorizing, assessing, and assigning meaning prior to allowing passage to the right side. The right side is non-critical, holistic, non-verbal, and pattern-oriented. And this subconscious part of the brain appears to accept the left side without question. So if the left hemisphere can be distracted through boredom or put into a semi-sleep state, external stimuli are allowed to pass unchallenged to the right.
Moving on from hypnosis and into meditation. To get into that, I just want to say that one of the coolest things about hypnosis is that if you can suggest your subconscious mind that it enjoys enhanced concentration and memory, you can actually access storage in your brain that you have never accessed before, that your left side screening process has not allowed through. And that could just open up worlds of possibilities, because there's actually so much of our brain that we don't use.
Now, on the other hand, transcendental meditation works a little differently from hypnosis. In this technique, intense and protracted, single-minded concentration on the process of drawing energy up the spinal cord ultimately results in what appears to be creation of acoustical standing waves in the cerebral ventricles, which are then conducted to the gray matter in the cerebral cortex on the right side of the brain.
Why is this document so hard to understand just by reading it? I just want to learn about meditation. I'm gonna paraphrase this part a lot because I think they make it tricky to read on purpose, because this is the one that you can access yourself on your own.
So this paragraph goes on to talk about the biomedical model, Kundalini. Kundalini states that standing acoustical waves produced when we meditate are the result of altered heart rhythm. It also can be noted that the states of bliss described by those whose Kundalini symptoms have completed the full loop along the hemispheres of the brain may be explained as a self-stimulation of the pleasure centers in the brain. This is caused by the circulation of the current along the sensory cortex. Now, although this isn't easy to achieve and it can take up to 5 years of intense meditative practice, if you are continuously exposed to vibrations from 4 to 7 hertz, this can greatly accelerate this process. And some people can accidentally access this feeling if they have a particularly sensitive nervous system.